Good evening and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How is everybody tonight? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all set for the weekend. We of course have another brand new game to play this evening. So what is that going to be? We're going to be playing a game of Oltree from Studio H. I have been looking forward to playing this game all week. It is a game designed by one of my favourite designers, Antoine Bowser, who has done many great games in his long career, and so I can't wait to try this on out tonight. So, let's just say hello to the chat. Good evening, Amberden. Good evening, Mystical Unicorn Painting. Welcome to both of you. Hope you're well. And good evening, Sarah. Are you all set and ready to join us? Because we have quite a bit to go through, don't we? We can get ourselves started. Yes, are you ready? Shall I bring you on in? Okay, here we go. Good evening, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. I can't get Twitch to pull up on my computer.
Oh no. Well, that's going to make it really difficult then.
I mean, I have you on my tablet, but it's not happening on the computer for some reason.
So long as you can see and hear, I think we're going to be good to go. Shall I go? I'll go to the table, and I will start sort of explaining a few little bits while you tinker. Let's
Weird, interesting. Okay.
All right. So here we go. I can only just squeeze everything onto the table. There is a big board set out. We have a sideboard here. We have our two characters just off to the side. We have our profession dice. We have a resource, which is a loaf of bread. I believe that's actually what to start with. I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it is. One provision, yes, there we go, a provision. Okay, so like so many of Antoine Bowser's games, this is a game of cascading problems that we are trying to sort of plug the leak in the dam when another hole appears, and we have to move across and plug that one. And if we manage to keep all of the incidents, all of the problems happening at bay, then by the time we get to the end of the Chronicle, we will win. So what is the Chronicle? The Chronicle is the story that is going to unfold as we play through. What's going to happen is on each player's turn, we're going to roll this dice, and this is going to determine this marker, the adversity marker, how far along it goes down the track. At each stop, there will be a card, and we will do what is required of that card. But every time it loops back round, we will get to find out the next part of the Chronicle, this evolving story that we are part of. Oltree is a very popular role-play system in France, and so this is the board game adaptation of it. So it's great that there's a huge amount of narrative that goes on. We are trying to rebuild a fortress that is looking after all the surrounding lands, and we have 8 locations around us. And each of these little provinces, these villages, will give us a bonus, a reward, so long as we're able to help them with their problems. And they have a deck of problems to each village. Now, what we're going to try to do is go to these villages, find out about the problems, and then resolve them. And once we have all the problems resolved in that village, we have the potential of securing it. And in order to secure a village, what we need to do is to build a tower. And we can have 4 towers around the fortress. The tower secures 2 provinces. So for this particular one, it's going to secure 6 and 7. So it means we would have to clear out both of those problem decks, then pay the resources required for that tower, and that would then secure those 2 locations. It means that no more incidents can occur in those locations. And we're going to try to do that for all of these provinces, because going by our assignment card, this is what we're trying to do as rangers of this particular fortress. Now, as we play, we'll discover the mechanics of the game. I think first thing I should do is I should let you know what your special ability is. I've selected you as being Maeve. Maeve never spends or loses health when she performs a soldier profession test. Okay. That will probably...
No health lost with what?
Whenever you do perform a soldier profession test. There'll be lots of tests happening, so we'll instantly work out why that's a bonus for your particular character very, very quickly. I'm going to be playing Gaspard. If Gaspard is in a region, he can use one of his regular actions to obtain 1 resource of any type. Because Gaspard's a bit of a... Well, they put him down as a snoop. I think he might be a bit of a thief or a rogue type character. Now, I'm just going to put this to one side, because we're going to look at what our incident card is. So these are the things that we have been assigned, our assignment card. These are the things that we've got to do as sort of rangers of this fortress. So let's take a look. On here. Okay, so we're playing a short chronicle. This is a new start. After a recent promotion within the Rangers Corps, you receive your very first assignment to restore an old fortress in a strappy with reputation for being calm to its former glory. You will also need to build relationships with the neighbouring communities and check the safety of the communication routes. Alright, so we have basically 3 assignments. Let's take a look here. This first one means we've got to build 2 fortresses, 2 towers. We've got to secure 2 regions, which means we'll have in effect built 2 towers, which means we will have cleared out incidents out of 4 regions. Okay. This one requires only 1, but it also requires 3 of the orange cards. Let's just double check on what they are. I think it's... Let me just look. Problem cards. So we've got to have resolved 3 problem cards. The problem cards just come over here, just in this deck here. So we've got to have we've got to have secured 2 regions, which means we'll have built a tower there, and we must have resolved 3 problem cards. Alright, that's simple enough. And then the third one here, again, is securing a region, which means it's 2 villages, which means it's building a tower, but also building a workshop and a forge. And ultimately, if we complete all of these, then we have achieved our assignment. All right, so that's what we're aiming for. That's the overarching sort of mission objective for us. Put that over there. Now, because we are doing a two-player game, we get to start off with a building already built in the fortress. And we have a selection of 4 buildings, and we can choose which one. And I thought it probably best for us to make this decision to start off with. And let's just sort of see what each building does. So, Barracks. Each ranger gains 1 soldier profession die. So, we are both soldiers by the icon of the helmet and the 2 swords. That would mean if we had the barracks, we actually gain an extra dice when we're doing tests. So that actually might be
extremely helpful.
Yeah, that might be the best one, but we'll go through the others just in case. The inn. Each ranger gains... Is that a traveller die? And you gain 1 prestige level. Now, here we go. So another little point here. We have these 2 tracks on the board. The yellow banner track here is our prestige level. And the grey banner here is our defense. If these ever drop to 0, we instantly lose the game. If we can get them up to the very top, and I'm going to check what happens, because there is a little bit to do, isn't there? But once we get going, we'll be fine. So let me just double check. Here we go. So if prestige drops to 0, the game is over immediately, as is defense. If prestige exceeds 8, the rangers gain 1 treasure instead. And this can happen at the most once per round. If the defense exceeds 8, so that's for the yellow track. For the grey track, the marker stays on the 8 space and the ranger can remove 1 incident from the region of their choice. So incidents being the cards around the edge. If we can get our defense all the way up to 8, we can just take one of these away at choice. So that's pretty handy. Okay. So the inn, going back to that now, we would gain instantly 1 prestige. Because ultimately we're providing entertainment, so that means, you know, the locals like us, that's great. We have the tavern. I think that might be something similar. So each ranger gains 1 of the traveller dice. Now, I just need to double check on the types of dice because... So here we go. 4 types of profession tests: soldier, craftsperson, scholar, and traveller. To perform a profession test, the ranger determines the number of profession die they have for the profession being tested. The fortress gives all rangers 1 die for each profession. So in other words, we all have, both of us have 1 die that can be used for any profession. But the bonuses that we have, if we have a test that says, okay, we need to be a traveller, at the moment, we would have 1 dice. But if we have a bonus, we then would gain an extra dice for a profession test. So that's how it works. So anytime if we were to take that barracks, anytime that we need to do a soldier test, we would have an additional dice for that soldier test. All right. So that is for the traveller, and then the library is the last one, which each ranger gains 1 scholar dice. So pretty much these locations are going to give us a boost of a particular type of dice. The only difference is the inn gives us slightly more prestige right off the bat. What do you think we should go for?
Hold on 1 second. Okay, well, you know me, and I think that we always need help with extra dice.
Well, we're going to get extra. We're definitely going to get extra dice. All of them provide an extra dice, but it's what type of extra dice. At the moment, we are both soldiers. Okay.
Okay. And I know the barracks helps the soldier.
It's going to enhance the soldier even more so. So we would have potentially 2 dice for any soldiering. But we have the opportunity of having a traveller dice as well, or a scholar dice. Of course, it depends on what type of problems we face out in the world, doesn't it? And we don't know that yet. We will find out as we play.
I don't know. I'm distracted by the orange horse. Can I be the orange horse?
You are the orange horse.
Oh, good. Now that the important stuff is taken care of.
I'm the grey horse with the red person on it.
Well, I can't lose health during the profession test. So would that mean that I would get extra power by having an extra dice with those tests? Or because I can't get hurt during those tests, does that mean that it's okay for me to focus on something else?
Okay, well here we go. So let me just explain it a little bit more. So basically, let's look at one of the dice. Here we go. So as you might expect, the dice has a blank face. It has a success face. And then this is a face where it will be a success if you lose 1 health. Okay? But your special ability means you don't have to lose that health.
Okay.
All right? Which is quite cool. And that's basically it. And the dice are all the same. So you got 1, 2. You got 2 standard successes. Oh my goodness, actually, looking at the dice now. 2 successes and 1 where you have to give up some health. Everything else is a failure. These are dice made for me.
And that's just for the profession, or is that for all the roles?
It's all of our rolls for the tests that we're going to do, yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yes. So we do want lots of dice. It's, again, I think Amberden's on to a good point here. Go for a different type of dice. So at the moment, we are definitely going to have, we are good for soldier tests. Let's go for, we've got the choice of either a traveller dice or a scholar dice. What do you think? Remember,
which one is the purple top?
That's the library. That's the scholar.
I'll do scholar.
We're going to do scholar. Okay, so we're going to build our library.
Oh, is it just for both of us or just for me? It's for both of us?
Both of us, yeah.
Oh, well, then is that okay with you?
It is, yeah. That's why I was letting you make the choice. So.
Oh, God, great. So now when we mess up, it's my fault. Okay. Also, I had my IT guy come down and fix the laptop.
Oh, excellent. So you're all up and running.
I just needed the date and time to be proper, apparently.
Well, it's good that everything's all set. All right, we've got our library, which means then. So let me just double check here. So library again. Each ranger gains 1 scholar profession dice. I'm going to. I've got a pool of dice here. We're going to put those there as a reminder. All right. So how does the actual game play? So basically, we need to do those incidents, which we've already marked. So we need to clear out all the cards that are around. If we can get them down to 0, great. If at the moment each deck is 3 cards, if it goes up to 4 cards, we get a great big warning sign attached to them. Let's just double check on that. See how that's going to ruin our day. So here we go, incidents. So at this moment in time, we see the rumour on the card telling us what the potential incident is. And then when we flip it over, we'll actually get the adventure side. We'll find out what we've got to do. So at the start of each game, each of the 8 regions contains 3 incidents. When a region no longer contains any incidents, it becomes possible to make it secure. That is via building the tower. When a region contains 4 incidents, it becomes perilous. The shield tokens are double-sided to show which state. So what's perilous? Where's perilous? Can't see where it says references perilous. What's perilous? Oh, here we go. Oh, so this is where we get to the incident. So it all interconnects. So when we get to this area here, let's find out what that name is. So we've got the Chronicle space, we've got the incident space, and the problem space, and the event space. Those are the 4 different things that can happen. So let's go to incident space. For each perilous region in play, you lose 1 prestige. Okay, so if any of these decks go up to 4 or more, we end up having a perilous counter put onto the deck, which when we hit this spot, we would then lose 1 of our prestige. If our prestige goes to 0, it's the end of the game. All right. All right, so that's when we go to the instance space. I think what we'll do is we'll just start playing, because it'll all these mechanics will all just start to sort of fall out in front of us as we play. So here we go. So to play, we determine the adversity, which is by rolling the adversity dice right at the very start. We will then move the marker along however many spaces it is required, and we will then deal with that adversity so we can actually explain it. So I'm going to start the game, and we'll just go with the flow. So here we go. Rolling the dice. Okay, so we got a little triangle. It basically says we move the dice, the adversity marker 1 space. So it moves along by 1. So we actually are hitting the incident space. So we look out on the board here. For each perilous region in play, lose 1 prestige. It's the start of the game. Well, fine. We then roll the location die, which is a D8, and check the status of the indicated region. So let's do that. Rolling the dice. It's an 8. Region 8 up here, up near the hills. Looks like possible a mine is there. All right. If the region is perilous or secure, nothing happens. Well, it's not. Otherwise, place the first incident from the pile on the incident space in the region without reading it. Leave it rumor side up. Okay, so we now take this card and we place this incident on that pile. This new rumor is an imperial statue. And because we now have 4 cards there, we have to put that now as being a perilous region. All right. So there can never be more than 4 cards on an incident space. When a region contains 4 incidents, it becomes perilous immediately. Place a shield on the stack red side up to indicate its status. So we have done that. All right. So that is the first part. That is determining the adversity. So now we get to perform 2. I as the player get to perform 2 different actions. So in addition, they can perform also a bonus action. So the actions, what can we do? We can move. So the player moves their ranger figurine to an adjacent zone. So the fortress is in the center, and every region is accessible by the fortress. But say you were in region 6, you would have to come, you could either move to region 7 or to region 5, or you could go into the fortress. And then from the fortress, you could come all the way across to region 1, and so on and so forth, yeah?
So the middle part is just one big giant square.
One great big space, yes, exactly.
Awesome.
Okay. So that would be one of your actions. Remember, it's got to be 2 different actions. So you can rest. The ranger gains 1 health and 1 provision. Well, we're both at maximum health, but we can, provisions are good to have. We can call on a community. The ranger benefits from the effects of the community in the region where the ranger is located. All right. So each of these locations, these communities, there are symbols. And if I go through these, I can tell you what each community does. Let's find...
Well, that community will give us bushes
Bushes.
at the bottom.
Okay.
Leaves.
Okay, so you might want to make a note of this. Here we go. Region 1 allows you to exchange resources. So you can trade any of one type of resource to any of another type of resource. Region 1. Region 2 gives you the fire resource. Region 3 gives you the bush resource. I'm sure it's something different than bush.
Foliage?
Foliage, yeah. Region 4 is gain 1 defense on the fortress. That's handy. Region 5 looks like a tail, so it gives you 1 fur tail. Region 6
I paid attention a little bit.
gives you some health. Region 7 increases the prestige of the fortress. And Region 8 gives you rock.
And 8 gives you rock.
Rock. Okay.
7 gives you prestige. Then you're just like, and rock.
And rock. All right, so those are the different regions. So going to regions is good. We get stuff going to those regions. And let me just double check.
So our actions would be to like if we needed fire or whatever, the 2 actions would be to move into zone 2 and then to get that resource.
Yes. If you needed fire, you'd go to zone 2, you would get the resource once, but remember you would then have to then do another turn. You can't claim the resource twice, yeah, because you've got to do 2 different actions.
Right, so you'd move in there, you'd collect 1 fire.
Yes. Right, and then you'd have to, and then potentially you on another turn on your next turn you could then collect again and then do another action. Yes. Now the
Or
important,
you could move into another zone and then do an action.
exactly, yeah. Important point is that these communities will only give you their resources or their benefits so long as there's no problems. And the problem is the orange card, I believe. And that would get allocated, let me just make sure. Yeah, problems. So if we then draw up a problem card and it is allocated to a particular region, that region's resources are no longer available because it'll cover it up. Simple as that. All right. So if you wanted a particular resource and you've got a problem in the way, then you need to get rid of that problem first, don't you? Yeah. Let's keep on going through what actions we can do. So, call of community, handle a problem. There we go. So the ranger resolves or tries to resolve the problem in the zone where the ranger is located. So I've just explained, if there's a problem there, you'd go to that location, you would resolve that problem. And that's going to require a test. Experience an incident. So the ranger takes the first incident card. So these are the cards that are already out on the board. In the region where the ranger is located, they hand it to the player on their right, so that'll be you. This player then reads the incident to them out loud. Regardless of the performance of the ranger concerned and regardless of the consequences and earnings, the incident is resolved and discarded. So all you need to do is go to the location and do a resolve an incident, and hopefully it goes in your favor.
It's the problem?
And it's not a problem, it's an incident, so you just have to deal with it, and hopefully you can deal with it, and it's a positive thing. If not, so be it. But it gets rid of the card. So remember, this has got 4 cards on at the moment. We probably want to go over there and get rid of that. Once these decks are depleted, we can then start securing those areas. So it's all good. Build a building. We must be in the fortress, and we must have the resources to be able to build the appropriate building. So there are a whole load of buildings in the game. We've looked at a few before we started. Give you some examples here. We got the factory, which requires a fur and a stone, but once the factory is built, it gains us a prestige. The gardens require some bushes. That makes sense. The main hall requires some fire. The dungeons require stone, but it gives us +3 on our defense. So all these buildings give us benefits, but we of course need to spend the resources. So again, at this early stage, we don't have the resources, but that's something for us to consider. Anything that we build is always a bonus for us. If buildings take damage, we can repair them. Obviously, once a building is damaged, it's no longer providing that benefit. So we need to repair it to get that benefit back up and running. And then finally, build a tower. So here we go. This is quite an important one. To build a tower, the ranger must be located in the fortress and must spend the resources that correspond to the cost of a tower. The tower tile is then placed on one of the corners of the fortress, build side up. The tower effect then becomes available. So we have a number of towers. I'm going to put these out here, just so that we have a reminder of what we need to do to actually build these towers. And just because they're placed where they are, doesn't mean that's where they will stay. At this moment in time, it's just for a reminder for us. We can move them around if we want to particularly aim for this. So these two towers only require bushes, okay, to be built. Whereas these two towers require stone and fire, but they will give us a +1 on our defense. So if we wanted to decide, okay, I want to build this tower, but I want to build it over here, right, we can swap them around until we get built. But once they are built, they are fixed in place. All right? So they're just as a reminder for us. So again, once a tower is built, so this is how we secure the regions. A green shield is placed there, which means that all of the cards have been depleted. A region is secure and a green shield is placed there when 2 of the following conditions are met. There are no incidents in the region, hence all the cards have gone, and a tower associated with the region has been built. So what we would need to do is these cards would need to go, those cards would need to go, this tower would need to be built. We can then place a green marker here, and that is 1 closer to completing our objective. All right. Whew.
Okay.
Yes, I can see your comment, Lorna. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably correct. Right. So let's just get going. So I've got 2 actions to be able to do. I am going to.
Amberden wants to know. Yeah, sorry.
Between orange and green incident cards, the actual assignment basically gives us. There's 5 different types of incident cards, and actually, I think there is something that tells us what the difference are. It just means that you have different story or test decks to go through. So it just provides the game with lots of replayability. Let's just... Does it actually tell us? Here we go. So yellow are rural life cards. Green are lands. Brown are creatures. Purple is mysteries. And grey is encounters. So in this particular scenario, we're dealing with rural life and lands. So we've got quite a simple objective to go for at the moment, and there's a whole. I say there's 3 on each pile here. There's a whole load here, which these will continuously come on out. So in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. For one, I'm going to come across to this region, and I am going to do that incident. Because I want to get rid of that marker. We don't want things building up. So let's just make sure I do this right. So this is experience an incident. So regardless of performance, so basically you are going to read out this incident, which the first one we deal with is an imperial statue. Okay, so here you go, Sarah. You have to, hopefully I'm holding that steady enough. Can you read that?
Hold on. Yeah, let me choke for a second. Okay. Think I've spent too much time outside. I have allergies. At the foot of a hill, you come across the decaying remains of an imperial statue. You brush away the moss covering the relief. Is that what that says? Yeah, the relief that is still partially legible.
Okay.
Success. The statue is a marker.
Hang on. So it's so let's first of all let's just see, because I've got to basically do a test. So let's.
Oh, that's our answer. Okay, got it.
Then you will tell me whether. So here we go. It is a test. Let me just. It's not a profession test.
I have a slight uncomfortable feeling in my hands. Right.
Where is it?
I'm trying to be careful not to hit my wrist on things whenever I'm writing down all this stuff.
Oh yeah, don't do that. I'm trying to find that icon, because that will tell me what I need to do. It will just be a...
We fail this test, is it going to say that we just kick over the statue?
Yeah, but I've got to...
This is how we fix it. Kick.
Oh, hang on a second. No, I'm overcomplicating this, aren't I? Let me just... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So basically, it's a craftsperson test. So this is... Okay, let me just go back to here so we can show you. So what this means is... The symbol behind is well, it's actually quite obvious. There's a hammer, isn't it? So it requires, you know how we were talking about different types of dice? So this is a craftsperson test. Now, our first dice that we have represents all types of professions. Okay? If this symbol was a picture of a book, because of our library, I'd actually get to use 2 dice, but I only get to use 1. All right? So if I get a success, you read the success. Anything else is a failure. So here we go. Typical. All right. So no success. So you can read the failure.
You can't make head or tail of it, but it's good stone. It's sure to be put to good use back at the fortress. Yay, we win a stone.
We get a stone, basically. Yeah. All right. So that's nice and easy. There we go. And let's get myself a little token. All right. Done. So I have a little stone resource, and that will go in my character there. Okay. So I have done my move. I have done a incident. So I've managed to take that down by 1. That essentially is the end of my turn. Let me just make sure. We will get some speed going after this, won't we? Okay, so we don't need to deal with that. Don't need to do that. And so, yeah, basically it goes over to you. So, let's put that die back there. So first things first.
And it has to be empty to build something somewhere, right?
What has to be empty?
The card pile.
The card pile has to be empty for you to have the potential of securing the area by building the tower. So you need to empty these piles, and then you need to have the resources to build the tower.
So even if we, like the little square cards that you were showing where we needed like 2 stone to build something.
Oh, right, yes. Okay, those, they're fine. You can build them. So long as you're in the fortress, you can build any type of those buildings as long as you have the resources. So that's fine.
Okay.
Yes, you just need them. So there is a whole variety.
One of them needed 2 stones, so I was thinking if I came up to get a stone,
Do you know what? I'm going to put all the buildings...
we could build one.
I'm going to put all the buildings here, and hopefully you can see clearly...
Can't see their amounts, but I can see the little pictures kind of what they need. So if they need
Right.
more than what's shown, you could just tell me.
Exactly. So...
And then if we build them, do they just flip over?
That's it, yes. If we put
cool.
if we put all those there, we can see at least...
Because if we build them, they can help us.
They do, yeah, absolutely. So let's
Cool.
do all of that. Right, all
So
of
then-
all of these are benefits, and remember, we need to build the workshop and the forge. All right, we'll put you back in the center there. So the workshop is here. I'm going to put the workshop and the forge down in the bottom corner here. So the workshop and forge both need fire, and the forge needs a tail. Oh, and interestingly, here we go. The forge, so gives you a bonus. Does that give you a bonus to your... Oh, yeah, the forge gives you a bonus to the soldier dice, I think it does.
Yeah, but we don't have we have one of the stone. That's why I was trying to see what I could do to help build.
Yeah, and of course, and now let me just double check, because I think that we can swap resources if we're together. I'm sure we can.
Oh, our resources don't go into like a collective pot.
Actually, I think, do they? Hang on, yeah, that's a good call. That's just resources are shared. As soon as a ranger gains a resource, they immediately place it in the storeroom. Yep, so everybody gets the resource. So I'll put that resource there. So yes, you have access to that stone, because we are working together, aren't we?
So if we get a resource, we don't have to like bring it back as an
No.
action. It just kind of goes
No,
back.
it's just there. It's in the storeroom. It's in the center.
Ah, well then glad I asked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, what could be good for us to? Oh, well, we could just. So, would building something be one of our actions?
It would do, yes, but you need to obviously have the resources to build it first. But yes.
Yes. What is that single stone build?
Barracks. So it would gain us an extra. When we have a test that is a soldier test, you get to roll 2 dice. So you see how I failed on the craftsperson test.
Yeah. Hey, why don't we use that stone and let's
Right.
build that?
Okay, well that's a good idea. But before we do that, we have to roll the adversity dice. So here we go.
Okay.
Let's find out what fresh hell you're going to experience.
Oh, because the adversity dice goes before everybody.
Exactly. Yes, it does. So this is what's that?
For some reason, I thought you rolled it and then we each went and then you rolled it again, but it's in between.
It's
Okay.
in between. Yeah. Let's just double check. So if the adversity marker remains in its current position, resolve this location again. All right. So it's not moving along. We get to do the incident space. So we look on the board. Is anything perilous? Well, it's not, because I removed it, so that's good. So now what we do is we roll the location die. It's a 7. This location up here, we take the top card, which is a looted caravan. So we know of a looted caravan happening up in location 7, and that has now become perilous. All right. So now
I should probably go take care of that instead.
it is now your turn. You don't have to, all right? But as I say, it's one of these games where it's the dam that is bursting, and you plug your finger in one hole and another hole appears. So if you let things build up suddenly before you know it, right, you're in a lot of trouble. But it's totally up to you what you want to do.
If I built this and then moved into that space, I mean, you could always help with it next turn, correct?
That's true, yes.
And if we let it go one turn, what is that going to do again?
Well, it depends, because if I roll...
If you roll another 7, then we'd be in trouble.
Then that perilous... right, will actually now take effect. And what that will do... Let's just double check. Perilous. So we would lose 1 prestige. So our marker here would go down by 1. If we go down to 0, it's the end of the game, no matter where we're up to.
All right, then I'll go in there and handle that for right now, because maybe we'll get another really good thing.
Okay, all right. So you're doing 1 movement to go across there, and then you are doing the incidents. So I read this out.
Are those thick enough to stand up on their own if we were actually playing on a table?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, they're great. Yeah, they stand up, but you can't really see it. But yes,
that's why I just figured I'd ask. Are they double-sided as well with the picture, or just single-sided?
They are double-sided, and they are pre-done. When we finish the game, I'll show you the box. The box is amazing. Okay, so here we go. A looted caravan. The convoy seems to have been attacked by some colossal monster. It's not a pretty sight. The bodies are torn to pieces and the vehicles are crushed, their contents strewn all around. You inspect the scene, trying not to gag. Okay, so this is a traveller test. And you have your... It plays as everything die. So let's roll that. Okay, so...
Oh.
You rolled a success, but you'd have to give up...
But I lose the health.
But remember, your special ability is you can have a success and not have to give up your health. So you've been successful. That's really good. So here we go.
Well, because it's any profession test.
Exactly. Oh, hang on a second. We just do it.
Yeah, because I wrote it down as on profession tests.
When Maeve performs a soldier. No, it's a soldier test, and this is actually you're quite right. So this is a traveller test, so no, it doesn't count. So when she performs a soldier test, she benefits from the successes of the effort sides of a dice without spending any health, and she does not lose any health as a result of the test. Maeve never spends or loses health when she performs a soldier profession test. So yes, you would have to give up 1 health if you wanted to have this as a success. But let me just double check. So we haven't mentioned this part regarding the actual health of our characters. Obviously, when you get down to 0, it's not good, is it? So if you go to a location 6, you can heal all of your health, which is good. Rangers' health represents their energy and ability to overcome the obstacles that will stand in their way. Rangers' health has a maximum of 4 or 5 and a minimum of 0. So there is a fatigue threshold on the health bar. So it's basically 1 notch down. If it goes below that notch, you cannot use your special ability. When health level is 0, it is not possible to go any lower. The ranger may no longer use the effort sides of the profession dice. So that's basically the negative to it. Alright, so it's not that bad. You can keep on going with 0 health, you just don't have any of your benefits. So what do you want to do? Do you want to drop down the 1 health to have... Yeah,
and I still have my special though, right? My special ability at this point?
At this point you do, but as soon as it drops down, you won't have it. Okay?
No, if I drop down once, I'll still have it, right?
Well, no, it takes you... No, if it drops down 1, it takes you to your fatigue level.
Oh. Well, I don't know if I want to do that.
It would just mean that you'd have to go and get yourself healed to basically have that back in.
Okay, then. I'll do it.
Yeah. I think that was probably a good call. So that goes down by 1. Alright, so the success is you are able to salvage a few valuables from the wreckage, so you get some treasure. Which of course goes into the group pile. So there we go, we got a golden coin. I'm glad you did that, because the failure would have been that you would have lost a health anyway. So this is why we kind of keep the cards secret and don't tell the person the outcome. So it has that little bit of role play sort of flavour to it, which is really nice. Okay. Right, so that was your round. You moved and you did the encounter, so it goes over to me. So I roll the incident dice. So there you go. We've got an entire round done. It's we're going to build some speed up now. So we're moving the marker 2 positions. 1, 2. We haven't done this before. All right, let's find out what it is. This is going to be the event space. So we take the first card from the event pile, read it, and follow the instructions. Then place the card face up on the indicated space on top of any event already there. All right, well, let's find out what it is. I'm going to put to that camera so everyone else can see. An official visit. A high-ranking officer appears unexpectedly at the gates to the fortress. The entire fortress is abuzz with excitement. Immediate action. All rangers must go to the fortress. There we go. Simple as that.
We're out here trying to live our lives, trying to fix things, and now we have to go back.
So I think that's going to put itself just there. We don't have to do anything with it. Place the card face up in the indicated space. In the dedicated space on top of any events already there. Yes, so it goes there. So we've just been told to go to the fortress. Well, okay, we've gone to the fortress, but it's not saying we have to stay there or have to do anything. So it's now my actual actions. What do I want to do? I could go to any of these locations. I could go and try and get ourselves some resources.
Just FYI.
It's what, sorry? Oh, yeah.
You're still zoomed in on the board.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. So we could go to any of the locations. I could go and get ourselves some more resources. I can see that fire. Lorna, do you teleport or must you spend your next movement to go there? No, it's an immediate action, so it just happens instantaneously. So it takes us away from our location and puts us right there in the fortress. I will just double check on that just in case, because there is immediate actions. An immediate action can or must mandatory, so that's definitely mandatory. Be taken by the indicated rangers. This is an additional action, and rangers still have their 2 regular actions. The most common cases are you. Once they perform the immediate action, their turn continues as usual. So there you go. The example is the official visit. Event mentions the effect immediate action. All rangers must go to the fortress. All players must therefore move their rangers to the fortress. So there we go. Right, so I can do 2 things. I can move. You know what? Because we've got a lot of buildings that require fire, I think a good idea is for me to move to this location and get myself some fire. Alright, so got me some fire. Right, that's my turn. Over to you, Sarah. Roll the incident dice. It moves 1. Ah ha ha ha. Here we go. So this now loops all the way round to the Chronicle Deck. Alright, this is beautiful. I want to show you this. So there are, I think, 5 Chronicles within the game. And these are sets of cards, right? And a Chronicle, of course, is a book. And you open these cards like a book. So this is the overarching story that we're going to enjoy. So this is a short chronicle. You set up camp within the crumbling walls of a once dazzling fortress. The observatory, a massive building, has somehow withstood the ravages of time and still contains several shelves of astronomical treatises, as well as a number of esoteric works. So place the observatory building on the game board. Build side up for free. Place it on an empty construction space inside the fortress. Wow, okay. So we have...
Welcome, everyone.
We have the observatory. Where's the observatory? Here it is. We don't need to build it. So what does the observatory do? We put that there. So I'm going to place this back on the board. That in there. Isn't that a really cool way of presenting this story and bonuses as we go through? But it may not always be bonuses. There may be problems in there. So every time this marker goes past this this area, we get to turn the pages of the book and find out what the next part of the story is. But we now have the observatory. What is the benefit of the observatory? Each ranger gains one additional scholar dice. So if we have a scholar test, we have our ordinary dice plus the library, now plus the observatory. It's 3 dice we've got for a scholar test, which is brilliant. And we gain 1 prestige. Our prestige is up to 4. That's good.
I'm doing so good at this game already.
All right. So
You're welcome, everyone.
that was you done, right? What and where are you going to do next?
I'm going to go to 6 to get my health back. Oh, no. Yeah, to get my health back.
Okay. So you're going to go 1 over to there, and then you just instantly replenish your health. Your health goes all the way up to the top. That's it. That's your turn. Back over.
Well, Nora, let's hope not.
Back over to me, rolling the dice. It moves by 1. So we are here at the incidents, and there are no perilous locations. That's fine. So we roll the location dice, which is number 3. It's this one just here. And we have a card that basically is a happy event with a stork on it. What could be the happy event happening in village number 3? But because we've got four incidents happening, we put the marker on to say that it is perilous. Now, I am in location 2. I can hop, skip, and a jump over to location 3. So that's actually really handy, isn't it? Otherwise, I might have had to go into the castle, and it could have been far away for me. So, see how where we are on the board. There'll be certain areas we won't be able to necessarily get to straight away. I'm going to do it. I'm going to find out what this happy event is. So, let's go over there. You think it's a sandwich? All right, let's find out.
No, I'm saying I hope it is.
Well, you can find out. Here you go. So remember, we just read the top part.
The peaceful atmosphere is perfect for a picnic. You get to eat a sandwich. Okay. The peaceful atmosphere is suddenly rent by a, you're moving, resounding scream. In a thatched cottage, a bouncing baby lets out a throat cry. You go to present the parents with official congratulations. Scholar test. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I have...
sorry. Here.
Oh my god, that's disturbing. Okay, so I have 1 dice because of being me, but I have 2 dice because of the awesome buildings that we have created. So all we need to do is 1 success. Well, there we go. I have 1 success. I have 2 failures, though.
Here's a question.
Yes.
What if you had rolled multiple success minus health? Would you just accept one of them and then say no to the other ones?
That's a good question. I think you would do, yes. By default, you need at least 1 success to pass a test. So there you go. Right? So if you roll multiple dice and some of them are no successes and one of them is the health plus, but if you had a straight success, you just take the straight success and you've done it. So you get to choose. It's not. This is a very much a family friendly game. Yeah. So.
So I pick which one? No. Well, no, it was a success. What do you mean we'd pick it? Oh.
If you rolled a success and a success with health, then you would just pick the true success, wouldn't you?
Right.
Yeah. So long as you have one success, you have passed the test and everything is good.
So you made a good impression, and the parents decide to name the baby after you. That's great, except they had a girl.
A girl called Gaspard. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. So what's our bonus?
Oh, we get a gold. That's gold, right? We get a gold?
It's the gold banner, so our prestige goes up by 1. So that's great.
I thought it was a little gold token.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
No, that's good. The banner is the prestige, so that's really good. So, you know what? I might as well put all the dice just over here because we don't really need it for the characters. Okay, so...
actually sound like a baby, by the way.
Yes, it was very... Yes. I felt I was... Yeah. Very... Yeah. I was going to say disturbing. Okay. Right. Moving on.
It's fun to do because I can just hold a smile while I do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. So here we go. We're going to go to a deck that we haven't gone to before, which is good.
Ooh.
So we're going to go to the problem deck. All right.
Oh, no.
Let's find out what problems you're going to have to deal with. All right.
No problems.
Here we go. So we rolled the location die, take the first card from the problem pile and place it face up on the problem space in the indicated region. If a problem is already present in the region, place the new problem on the next free space in a clockwise direction. If all the problem spaces have already taken and you need to put a new problem card into play, do not put a problem card into play, lose 1 prestige. As long as there is a problem present in a region, it is not possible to use that community action. Okay? So here we go. Let's find out what the problem is. Roll the dice. It's a 4. So we're going to put this problem in number 4 location down here in the bottom. And let's change the camera. Artwork is beautiful in this game. Local rivalry. An authority figure is requested to settle a dispute with the neighbouring community. Diplomacy is the order of the day. So it is a scholar test, and it requires 2 successes. All right. So this card goes just here. Beautiful artwork. But what it means now is you cannot come to this location to get the defense bonus. You have to resolve this problem first. And as we talked about the dam before, if we fall on the problem and we have to then, if the dice rolls and we can't put it into 4, it would go into 5 and it will start filling up all these areas. And once all these areas are full of problems that we've not resolved, our prestige starts to go down. And this is how all the cascading problems start to happen. All right. So you've got that. Now, again, you don't need to deal with it. And to be fair, you're in location 6. You can't really get there anytime soon. So maybe you want to do something different.
I went back to the center to build something.
You could do that if you want to. Yes, absolutely.
What could we build with the stone in the fire? It looks like only just one thing.
Stone and fire. Because the tomb needs 2 stone. You can build a barracks with just stone. No, and you can build the workshop with just fire.
What about that top one to the left?
This one, the tomb. The tomb requires 2 stone.
Okay.
Needs a bit more stone. Stone is available up in region 8 in the quarry.
Can I go to 5 and get a fur?
You can, yeah, absolutely. So you go 1, over to here, and you get yourself a fur. All right, and there you go. Fur is done.
Yeah, I noticed that too, Lenore. I think it was doing it last time too.
Oh, does it? But do you see the lines on the screen now?
No, they kind of just flash. They go away. They don't stay up. They just, whenever you switch cameras, it goes lines, and then they blink on and off.
Oh, it's only for the second while we change, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's so that I can position things on screen so I know where it all appears. Okay, interesting. Thank you for the tech support. Okay, right. So over to me. Roll the incident dice. Let's find out what happens. It moves one space. Oh, you see, here we go. We have another event. Okay, what do we have? Well, I'm actually going to look out and see if I can see it. Okay. Do you want to read that one, Sarah?
Full moon. Tonight is the full moon. All of the wolves and the satrapy raise a howl in unison.
I can do wolves. I can't do crying babies. I can do wolves.
Add one incident. Oh, do we do it yet? Do we do the red part yet? Add one incident in the region indicated on the die.
Okay, so what I need to do is we roll a die. It's an 8, and we add an incident. So it's one of these. That comes over to 8. That goes there. Let me just check how many cards we've got. 1, 2, 3. We have 4 cards. So that now becomes perilous. Goes just over there. All right, so that's that. It is my turn.
Solve the problem.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was thinking, because you know we talk about we need stone. I was thinking if I move to the fortress, oh, I can only move once though, can't I?
Can we not do 2 moves as our 2 moves?
No, because you can only do an action once.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking of going up to resolve that problem, and then getting stone in my next turn, which of course is what we need for doing lots of these buildings, isn't it? But saying that.
So I'll go to 4 and solve that problem.
Well, hang on a second. I'm going to take from the region I'm in. So I'm going to take. So I'm going to take some bush. Because we need bush for these fortresses, don't we? Right. So I've had that, and let's just do another event because it's got to get done. So here we go.
You witness an unusual event, the birth of a litter of 11 dogs. Puppies for everyone! However, the mother seems frightened, and you fear that the birth will be complicated. Oh no, you must save the puppies!
Okay, and it looks like it's a scholar test, which is good. So we have 3 dice.
Monkey, save the dogs, please.
I'm going to. Watch me save them.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. It's a proper monkey roll. So it's
you super saved them.
2 successes, and if I put a little bit of oomph into it, it's 3 successes. But I'll take the successes I need. So
you super save the dogs and win the whole game. No, you remember in 11 poem and sing it to the mother in a low voice to reassure her the birth goes well. Discard the next incident card in the region.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we get rid of that card. And then we also...
Oh, Elven. Sorry, everyone. I misread that. I was wondering what an 11 poem was, and I was going to see if you could come up with an 11 poem. I thought it was because she was having 11 puppies that he had to sing a song about 11.
You love the 11s in Lord of the Rings. Yes, they were a very popular race, wasn't they? Okay, well, there you go. So that's helped us tremendously. We only have one incident in Region 3. That's really good. We're getting close to what we need to do here. Clearing out the regions. Okay, it's over to you. Okay, so we roll the incident die. Let's find out what's going on. It moves one space. So it comes all the way here to moving the Chronicle. Get this little book set up. And there you go.
What is he holding? Are those vegetables?
They are. Tomatoes and fish and lots of leaves.
A few days after you settle in, a guard awakens you in the middle of the night. In the middle of a courtyard, a mysterious portal glows with pulsing intensity. A curious volunteer jumped through the portal and emerged a few minutes later with a wide grin and his arms loaded with riches. Place a portal tile on any empty construction space in the fortress. Some of your more daring elements go through the portal and come back loaded with food.
Right, so we gain
3 resources of our choice.
Wow, okay, excellent. So let's put a portal. We have a portal in there. And we can gain 3 resources. Well, what do we want? What do we want?
What do we need to build? I know stone is something you were wanting to get.
Well, stone's quite vital, isn't it? Certainly for the towers. Fire is a good one for towers, but we've got to clear out these cards before we get to towers. I've got bush for a tower, but we could get some more fir. Well, we got fir and a bush to basically build an inn. So we get booze going.
I vote we take a stone.
Okay, so we got stone, yeah.
I would say stone, fire, fir.
Stone, fire, fir. All right, let's do that. Done. Excellent, excellent. So it's your turn, wasn't it? Because that was your adversity dice. So where are you going? What are you going to do?
Could I go into our main square there and build some stuff?
I think that might be a good idea. Should we do that?
We can only build one at a time, correct?
That's true. So you've moved one, and now you can build one.
Right. I think I want to build something that's going to help us on a non-scholar and a non-soldier aspect.
All right, so let's just quickly go through then the buildings. So we got the barracks, which gains the soldier dice. We got the forge that gains a soldier dice and gains a prestige. We got the tavern that gains a traveler dice. The inn that gains a traveler dice and a prestige. You have the library built already.
Let's do the inn.
Yeah.
Because that'll get us an extra traveler dice.
Now, just remember...
And prestige.
Just remember that to complete one of our objectives, we need to build the workshop and the forge.
Okay, well then let's build one of those.
No, you can build whatever you want, but they are 2 buildings that have to be built.
Nope, we're going to do the workshop and the forge. Which one do you want to do?
Okay, well, here we go. So the forge is going to... Where's the forge? is going to add an additional soldier dice, but it's also going to add a prestige for us, whereas the workshop adds a craftsman dice. So what do you think? Workshop's cheaper. Workshop only takes 1 fire.
But craftsman gives us dice.
Craftsman gives us a different kind of dice, yes, so that's definitely a bonus.
I'll say crafts.
Okay, so that would be 1 fire. So take the fire out, and we now have a workshop. There we go. All right, all right. Right, it is then my turn. So roll adversity dice. Moves by 1. Comes across to the incident deck. Got to look. Oh, we have a perilous symbol. Let's just double check on that now. We lose 1 prestige. Wah, wah, wah. Goes down to 4. All right. So now we have to roll location. Is a 2. And we take this card and we place it over here. And we now have to put... There's the shield. There it is. So we have perilous over here now. See, it's starting. We've near enough cleared this area out, but now we're getting areas built up that we've kind of neglected a little bit. So, what do I want to do? Do I want to go across to get rid of that, or do I want to clear this final card, which could be helpful? I'm going.
You probably want to clear the red thing.
Oh, I was going to clear this card and try and.
Okay, clear the card.
I'm gonna get this one. So it's called Up in Smoke. I don't know whether this is good or bad, but here we go.
You surprise a group of pillagers who have come to raid a cluster of independent farms. You plunge headlong into the group, swinging your sword over your head.
Okay, so it's a soldier test. I have 1 dice to start off with. And... Oh, we just have 1 dice, don't we? Oh, we're going to be in trouble. Let me just double check something. What's what can we use that bread for? So here we go. This is something that I haven't mentioned before. So the provisions that we get, the bread, whereas resources are shared amongst us in the fortress, the provisions for each character are individual. So you can spend your provision to re-roll your dice if you basically don't like the result. So 1 provision would let you re-roll 1 dice of your choice. By spending 2 provisions, a ranger can perform a bonus action, which I believe by spending 2 provisions, you're able to do an action that you've already done before, do it again potentially. So I've got 1 dice. I need a success. It is me who's rolling. So I am going to roll and see what we get. I got nothing, which is bad. I'm going to use my bread to re-roll my dice and hope I do better. Yeah! Yes, I did. So I get a success.
Bread fixes everything.
It does.
You chase the pillagers away before they can burn down the farmhouse. You gain a resource of your choice.
I do, indeed. So, what resource do we want?
Another bread.
I think actually, yeah, I think that's a good call. Yes, I'll take a bread and I'll have that so I can do that trick again, should I need to do so. But a good thing about it, hey, we've cleaned out Region 3. So that was my first action. Now, I think because I'm kind of, well, We're at equal distance, aren't we? Actually, if I move to 2, you could potentially move to 8, couldn't you? Does that sound like a plan?
It does.
Yeah? So I will move over to region 2. All right? And that's the end of my turn. We roll the incident dice for you. It moves 1. It is a problem card. So, do we roll? I think we roll first, don't we, to find out where it's going. Double check. Problems. Yep, location die, and then put it into that location. Okay, so roll the location. It's going into location 6. Oh, it's this one up here. No free health. And a happy chap.
The fortress must provide a teacher to ensure that the children receive an education. Want to it, chant.
So two
Sesame tandoori chicken. I don't know what it said.
what did it say? It says.
I don't know. It's something tandoori chicken. I don't know.
It's yes. It's not in a language that it's probably in 11ish.
Oh yeah, all y'all can suck it. You know what? I've had a very long week. I am still tired from Wednesday.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you've got your 2 actions. What do you want to do?
Don't cry, because you guys are making fun of me. Here we give you a hard time about your dice rolls all the time, and we make fun of me once, and I'm like, I don't like it anymore.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you got to be stern as stuff to be on this channel.
I'm not joking. I think I am still completely exhausted from Wednesday. I will go up there to number 8 and let's try to fix this.
Okay, so up to number 8, we can get rid of this, and the incident is an unusual place.
In my defense, I woke up at 6 a.m. and didn't get home till 2, and spent the entire day out in the sunshine. That hasn't happened here in like 4 years.
Such an unusual day. But this is an unusual place, so here we go. As you search the area, you realize that the grove you are in is the home of an 11 dog. Surprised, the slender creature stares at you with its intelligent eyes. So I'm
disappointed that it didn't have 11 puppies.
Well, it might have done. It could have been from there. Is that Caxips? Caxips?
Yeah.
I think. Hello, welcome. We are in the middle of playing Oltree from Studio H. Oh yeah, I think I definitely ruined that name. I am looking at very tiny text though. So you have to do a roll. Now, hey, but this is good. You have your standard dice. You have a dice from the library. You have a dice from the observatory. Okay. This is pretty good. So 3 dice for you. Here we are. And there you go. You have your 1 success. So, if you wish, the elven dog will take you anywhere you want. As an immediate action, you can go to the zone of your choice. Now, if you want, you don't have to go.
I do want to go.
So where do you want to go? So you moved once and you've done your action there.
6.
Going to number 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully on my next turn I can fix their problem.
Fix the problem. People like problems being fixed. All right. Good stuff. So that's your turn done. Incident dice. Oh, it's going to move 2. So it goes 1, 2, we get a new element of the Chronicle. You ready?
Donkey involved.
A donkey?
It looked like a picture of a donkey.
I've just seen it, and yeah, you're quite right.
Oh.
Okay.
I was like, gosh, was I wrong on that too? Is this what an 11 dog looks like?
Here we go. It's all gonna go wrong now.
Well, I don't know, but I like that little guy on the donkey. He seems fun. Just as the garrison gets you to the portals. What was that?
That was a donkey.
Why?
It was a
Why?
rather disgruntled donkey.
I know it, but okay, I don't know where I am in life now. Okay, just as the garrison gets used to the portal's magic presence, the alarm sounds in the middle of the night. A band of tiny imps appear and cause trouble. Place 3 imp tokens on 3 empty construction spaces. You cannot build on a space as long as an imp is there. The imps sow confusion within the fortress. We lose 1. Wealth continues to flow in from the other side, so we do get 2 doohickeys.
Yeah.
Temporary action. At the fortress, as long as at least 1 imp is on the board, capture an imp.
Okay, so that's something that we're able to do. We have to use our crafts.
Oh, as an action.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So basically, when you get to the fortress, you can do the action to do a craftsman test. Remember,
And we have 2 dice with crafts.
We do with the workshop, and we can capture the imps. So it does kind of change slightly. I mean, we were doing it for visual. There. So let's do this first. So first of all, our defense goes down by 1. Our defense is down to 2. Remember, if it gets to 0, it's the end of the game. We have imps. It said 3, wasn't it? Place 3 on these empty spaces. So annoying little lighters. So we put those in there. I'm going to tidy that up there. Alright, so there's our imps. We can take 2 resources. What resources shall we take?
Fire and bush should bring us to 2 of everything.
You want a fiery bush? Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
The foliage looks like lettuce for a hamburger, and it makes me want a hamburger.
It is very lettuce-like.
There should be medicine for that, Lolnor. Yes.
Okay. So we have that. We got the imps. So this is now a little problem for us to try and solve. Oh, is it my turn? Or it's my turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is my turn. Yeah. So I'm going to stick with the plan, which is going into these wildlands to get that resolved, because you never know, we might end up having another one of these. So we'll take this incident first. Let's do this card. Okay.
Your road takes you to a lush valley that is untouched by civilization. You decide to scout the area to see if it can be of any use to the fortress. Roll a compass.
Okay, so this is the traveler test. We've only got 1 dice for the traveler test, haven't we? We've not invested.
I hope you do well.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out. So 1 success that's all we want. Hey! So that is 1 success, and that's as good as it's going to get. So just looking at the card here, 1 success. You discover a few precious types of trees. Oh, so the leaf is a tree, but potentially we could have had 2 successes, couldn't we? But if I had more dice, but we get 1 tree, so that's good. So wow, we got so much tree going on. Okay, it is over to you, and we roll the incident dice. And, oh goodness, it stays where it is. Which means, oh, hang on a second. Do we do it? I think we don't. Let's just double check. Chronicle. No, it's got to move forward. That's the one little disclaimer, is that you cannot, in this instance, you can't stay on the Chronicle. It's got to move forward. So glad I checked, glad I read that part. So it moves over to here. Thankfully, I cleared out that peril, so that's good. Peril is gone. So we then roll location dice. It's a 7. Where's the 7? A 7's here. We have a riverboat. A rumour of a riverboat up there. And we have a peril onto there. Okay, over to you, Sarah.
I'm going to fix their problem.
You're going to fix the problem. All right, so you need to get 2 successes to sort out this teacher. You have your starting dice, and then you have 2 bonus dice, don't you? So let's give those a roll. You need 2 successes. Oh, and you get 2 successes. Excellent. Okay, which resolves that problem. I think we just put it there. Let's just double check. Do we get any bonus for solving a problem? Problem. No, I think you just get to remove it. Let's just double check here. Threshold test. Problems. No, I think you literally just get to remove it. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Which, of course, now opens up the ability of, in that particular region, to get the health. So that is the bonus, isn't it? I guess. It just doesn't serve you at this moment.
Move me to number 7 for my second action.
And you're going to go across to 7. All right. Let's see if... So...
Now then, do we want to, before you roll anything...
Yeah. Okay, go on. Time out.
Do we want to donate, or not donate, but do we want to get rid of 2 objects for me to have a second turn? Or a bonus action to try to solve that peril? Or does it not work that way?
Right, so it's your bread, it's your provisions that you can use to get the bonus action. So a bonus action may be performed by a ranger. In addition to their 2 regular actions, it may be identical to one of their regular actions. It can be done before, after, or between the 2 regular. So to do so, a player can acquire a bonus action by spending 2 provisions. Some cards grant you the bonus action, and some ranger abilities grant the bonus action. So you need to have 2 bread.
You said 2 provision.
2 bread is provisions, not resources. Yes, sorry.
Sorry, continue the game. Sorry to have interrupted it. I thought I had thought of something, but...
No. So the only place... Now, but you do raise a good point. Is it location 1 where you can get bread? Because where do you get bread from?
Right, no, unless when it was saying any harvest basket, like the cornucopia, whenever you get that symbol is the only time you could get it.
Yeah, but the cornucopia is, a ranger may trade any amount of resources, and resources is fur, fire, stone, and bush. But where does bread? So unlike resources with shared provisions are individual, where do you get the provisions from? A ranger cannot have more than 3 provisions. But where do you get provisions? Yeah, resources and provisions are 2 separate things. That's a really interesting point. There's nowhere on the board where you get provisions, unless I've just covered it up. No, that's prestige. Do. Just looking. It might be one of the actions, mightn't it? Yes, here you go. So as an action, you rest. And to rest, you gain 1 health and 1 provision. So that's how you get more provisions.
So we shouldn't, when you got to pick a resource, you shouldn't have gotten bread that last time.
That's true. So I will just put that that back, and I will take a resource. What do we want? Should I take a stone? There you go. That solves that. Nice and easy. Yes. So you basically rest to get your bread. So you've moved across. It's my turn. I feel like I want to clear out this area. I feel because you're going to be here, you can get rid of that peril there. Let me go to the wildlands and let's find out what's there. So take the card. All right, here you go.
Okay. Your healthy steed takes you to the foothills of a rocky mountain. At a leisurely trot, the last rays of light from the setting sun make the ground shine with an unusual sparkle. You head down the slope to investigate. Trot, 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 trot.
Okay, it's a traveler test. Oh, we should build some traveler-based buildings, shouldn't we? We're getting quite a few of these tests. I have 1 die to roll, so let's hope for the best. Nope, I have no bread to resolve, so I should have done this in a different order, but never mind. So I have a failure.
Your trusty steed takes you to the foothills of a rocky mountain. Oh, no, we already read that. Sorry.
Yeah, failure. Down.
Okay, sorry. You slip on the slope and sprain your ankle. Oh, God. You carefully climb back on your horse before continuing your patrol with a wince. Oh, no.
So I've lost a health. Okay, so my health goes down by 1. But for my second action, I'm going to rest, which gives me 1 health back. And I get a bread. So I should have taken the bread first, but hey-ho. At least I got my health back, I suppose, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Rolling the instant die, then. It moves 1. It is a problem. Roll the location. It's going to location 8. Going over here. But what is the problem? A worrying disappearance. A child has gone missing in broad daylight. The mother begs the rangers to find him before the unthinkable happens. So it's a traveler test which requires 2 successes. And this problem goes up there in region 8. All right. Over to you. What do you want to do?
Let's see. I'm going to do the peril.
You're going to do the peril first?
Yeah.
Okay. So we take that away. It is a riverboat. As you take a break on the peaceful shoreline, the dark outline of a ship appears on the horizon. You squint to try and identify the boat. So this is a traveler test. Again, it's only 1 dice. So here we go.
Yeah, I was about to say, we don't have any on that one yet.
No. No. We're suddenly getting these type of cards, aren't we? Here we go. Oh, it's gone off the board. Let's roll that one again. Oh, okay. So it is... It's your health, success with a health. Now remember, it's because this is a traveler test, you don't get the bonus of being not losing your health, so you'd have to lose your health on this.
It's all right.
Yeah, all right. So you're going to go down by 1, but you've got your success. You realise it is a Norse warship. The alarm must be raised at once. Immediate action. You must go to the fortress. So you are in the fortress, but you have resolved the riverboat. Okay, not too bad. Oh, now hang on a second. That was your first go, wasn't it? You have a second go, yeah? Hang on, did you move there, or was you already there?
No, I was already there. I moved there last time.
Yes, that's what I thought. So you've done your action. Now you've got a second action, so it's up to you what you do now. So you could potentially build something, or you could rest, or you could move out to another location. So this movement has potentially helped you.
Can we take an imp?
You can. So the imp requires you to get a success in the craftsman, which you would have 1 dice, and you'd have a +1 because of the workshop.
Right, so we have 2 to roll.
Yeah. You want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, let's have a go at getting one of those imps gone. Oh, unfortunately not. So the imps just remain.
Oh, darn.
Darn it, indeed. Unless you want to use your bread and re-roll one of those dice.
I don't trust it.
Do you mean you don't trust me?
No, I just don't trust the bread right now.
You don't trust the bread? Okay, okay.
I don't feel that bread can solve this problem.
No, some problems take more than just a loaf of bread to solve, yeah? All right. Incident dice rolling for this. So let's see. It moves 1, so we have an event. And I think we select it, don't we? Let's just do that and see what we get. Here we go.
Collapse. A traveling peddler reports that a trade route has collapsed. Put an X on the road between the region indicated on the die and another one on the same corner. This road is definitely closed. Rangers can no longer use it. Ooh.
All right, so let's roll this dice. It's road 3. Here's the marker. There we go. So it's going to be road 3. Place the X on the road between the region indicated on the die and the other one on the same corner. So it's region 3 to region 2. So you cannot go from 3 to 2 because that road has collapsed. All right. So now what you would have to do is I would have to go into the fortress and then come to 3. So it just means that my travelling is greater. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? But at least I've cleaned out section 3, so not too bad, maybe. Okay. I'm going to stay where I am. I have a riverboat. Oh, could I have exactly the same situation? More Norse attacking. Do I want to do that first? I'm going to rest first, which would give me a health, but it'll also give me a bread. So I'm going to take that bread. And now I'm going to do the riverboat. Let's see what we get. Here you go.
A small boat heads down the river. You try to identify the coat of arms displayed on its hull.
Okay.
Roll 3 dice.
It's a scholar test, so this is actually relatively hopeful. Yay, there we go. We got a success and we got one with the health. So we'll take that success.
You identify the boat as a Norse merchant ship. You seize the opportunity to do business with it. Is that just +1?
+1, yep. Gain 1 resource. What do we want? What do we need?
What is the second building that we have to have done?
The forge. We have resources to do that. It's fire and fur. And we need stone and fire. I'm going to say another fire.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm thinking flame.
Yeah. Let's go. It's all about the fire. Let's have that. So I did the rest and I have done the card. So that's it. It now goes over to you. Rolling for the incident dice. It goes 1 space, so here we go. We have the new part of the Chronicle.
The alarm sounds again. This time, fearsome demon servants have come through the portal. After wounding a handful of guards, they settle near the fortress and appear to be waiting. Ah, no. Place 2 servant tokens on 2 empty tower spaces. If there are not enough empty spaces, do not place the servants. You cannot build a tower as long as a servant is there. On the other side of the portal, the veins of resources are starting to dry up. We only get 1 resource. And then we can fight a servant if we want to. And it's 2 successes to get them.
Oh my goodness. So, yes, we're definitely starting to feel all of the problems, aren't we? So
Yeah.
we have, and again, these can get moved around as we see fit, but we basically have imps to remove, we have demons to remove, we have problems to remove. We have our work cut out for us. What are you going to do, Sarah? Where are you going to go?
Let's build. Let's build the stuff we need.
Okay. So, what are you going to build?
Well, because we needed 3
suggesting
buildings.
to leave town.
We need to have 3 buildings built, and we have 2 of the 3, don't we?
No, we just need to have 2 buildings, specific buildings. So it's the workshop and the forge. We've built the workshop. We need to build the forge, which is a fur and a fire. We do get a prestige, and we do get an extra soldier dice, and the soldier dice, of course, is useful against these demons. So there are advantages.
Soldier. Let's do something with the soldier dice.
Do you want to do the build the forge then?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a fur and a fire. So that's gone. We now have a forge. We now get 1 extra prestige. Okay. You have another action. What do you want to do?
Let's... Do we want to build again?
You can't, remember?
Oh, yeah, because we can't do the same.
Yeah, you'd have it, but you could if you had 2 bread.
If I had 2 bread, but I don't have 2
You
bread.
don't. No, but that's how you would do so if you want. If
But I could rest to get bread and health, right?
you could, or you could use all these soldier dice that we have. So in fact, how many do we actually have? No, at this moment in time, we have 2 soldier dice. To defeat a demon, you require 2 successes.
Wait,
So
which I don't think we would do that. So that's why I was wondering if I should just go ahead and use a rest to get bread and a heart, and then that way we could maybe
build some more stuff. Yeah, no, it sounds good.
So I vote heart and bread.
Okay, so you're resting, so your health goes up, and you can have some bread. Bread. There you go. Nice piece of ciabatta. Okay, excellent. Right, and so it is over to me, so I will roll the instant die. It goes across by 1. There is no peril. This is good. We roll the location die. It's going to location 2. Ah, it's the one I'm trying to clear out. But it's good because we don't get extra peril. We just get an extra card. So that's it. So it is my go. I'm going to deal with this right away. The rumour is Castle in the Mist.
At a bend in the ridge, you can make out a shape of a castle below, ensconced in a heavy mist. You approach carefully. You need to do a craft roll.
Craft. I have 2 craft die. So let's give those a roll. Come on, successes. Ah, I have a success if I put my bit of effort into it. I'm going to do that. We just want that success. So, got the success, which is good. Let's find out what the reward is.
The place has been abandoned for ages, but could make a nice outpost. You mark its location on your map.
Okay, and so we
And
gain...
you get a defense.
We get a defense, absolutely. That's gone there, and defense is back up, because of course we need to make sure it doesn't get to 0, or else that's game over instantly. It is over to you, and I think we'll give... You can have a turn, and then we'll do another round, and then that's it, okay? I don't believe we are going to succeed completely in this game tonight. So, it goes by 1. It's a problem. So, oh, we roll the location, don't we? Roll location. It's going to 5. Where's 5? It is here. What is the problem? Hunting lodge. The rangers must help a hunting party set up a lodge in a valley full of game. So it requires 2 successes on the travelers. So that's going into 5. Done. You have 2 actions. What do you want to do?
Do I want to build a tower?
You can't build the tower until all the incidents are removed from the area. So that's why I was trying to get rid of this. I've got 1 card left, and then we can build this tower to secure this area. And it means that once the tower is built, no incidents can come into regions 2 or 3.
I could move into there and do that card.
You could, couldn't you?
And then you could do the tower.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna move. That's 1, and then you're gonna take the old bridge. All right. Here we go.
This is a fun little game once you figure it out.
It's very, very easy, and then of course it's just the joy of all the cards and the stories that are sort of connected to them. So as you cross the charming stone bridge, a menacing figure suddenly appears and blocks the way. Behind you, another brigade prevents you from turning back with an evil grin, and it's a soldier test.
2 dice for that one. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's have these guys. So, yep, you've got 2 dice. And remember, you can use your special ability on this. All right, here we go. So you've got 1 success. That's enough. You could use bread to roll that other dice. This, I'm going to let you know, this is a card where if you get 2 successes, there's a bit more of a bonus. But you've succeeded no matter what. Yeah? Do you want to use that bread?
Yeah. It's only 1, right?
It's only 1. So we're going to just roll this dice to re-roll this one. Let's see what we get.
Is the bread thick as well? Is that a thick piece of meeple, or is it more like cardboard?
The bread is a really thick cardboard, whereas the resources are wooden pieces.
Okay. Like meeples, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you've not succeeded on that, so you fight your way through and continue on your way, putting the danger behind you. So, you managed to beat them up and get away, but that's as much as it gets. So you moved and you got across. That was it. All right. So this is going to be now the last round. My turn, then your turn. So rolling the incident die. It stays where it is, which is valid, so it is a problem. Roll the location dice. Goes to location 4. It can't go to 4. It can't go to 5. It goes to 6. What's the problem in 6? Farms in despair. A mudslide severely damaged a cluster of farms. Significant repairs are needed. It needs 2 craftsmen successes. Okay. So, if I, as my turn then, come into the fortress, and what I will do, and as I said, we put these just as placeholder. I'm going to now. Ooh. In fact, yeah, let's build. I'm going to build one of these advanced towers. It takes a stone and a fire. So take those, and what we get is we get ourselves 1 defense. So we've built that, and now I think I can put the green shield in there and the green shield in here, which means that these regions are now secure. And if I'm right in thinking this now, just look, it means that no incident cards can go into those regions. Secure.
Success, we've won the game.
Well, we've won a little. Well, we've done. We have done something. So hang on a second. We can rejoice. Where is it? That's correct. So, I think... Oops. It's going to be difficult for you possibly to see, but we have succeeded in completing one of our objectives. All right, so we can put a marker on there. So we're 1/3 of the way. In fact, the other objective is if we built another tower, and if we completed 2 more of these problems, on the board, we would have completed 3 problems. We would then complete another of our objectives. Right? So you can see how the game is very quickly coming together. All the elements we need. We just need to start So we need to get to finish some of these problems, and we need to build another tower. Well, building another tower is quite easy. We could use one of these bushes to just build this one straight away. But we do need to clear out these 2 piles. So maybe we have to come over here and work on these 2 problems, and hey, there's another tower being built. All right. So I think that was my go, wasn't it? So it's your final go then for the game. So let's just roll this dice. It moves by 1. It is an event. Let's find out. Oh, this is not good. when games replicate real life.
Oh no. A mysterious disease is afflicting the residents of the fortress, and new facilities have sadly been reported.
So we got to roll a dice to basically find out what happens. Let's have a look. We get a 2, so we lose 1 defense. We have an epidemic occurring. Very good. So you've got 2 actions. What could you do? You could go across to number 1 to try and do one of those events if you wanted to make a last kind of action or build something. But yes, we obviously do need more time to continue.
Oh heck, for my final action, let's try to capture a demon or an imp.
An imp? You're going to go for the imp? Okay, excellent. So you're going to come on into here, and you've got 2 dice.
We can't do anything else. Let's have fun.
Yes, exactly, yes. So you've got 2 dice to go and capture an imp. Can you do it? Remember, you've got your
I'm making my friend.
One bread.
I want to keep him.
You have a success! Yay!
I have an imp!
So you've got rid of one of the imps.
No, he's mine. He goes with me now.
Does he? Is he a house pet imp now?
Yeah, I adopted him from the shelter.
Yes. There you go.
I said, you don't live on these streets anymore, buddy.
So, there you go. That is Oltree. What do you think?
Good. I'm now just coming up with an adventure story for my imp and how he's very easily trainable with cheese. So we might not have won the game, but I think we all know I won the game because now I have a pet imp who does tricks for cheese.
For cheese.
It's an adventure game, and this is just part of the adventure is all.
It is, isn't it? It is. And that's the good thing about it, is if the game generates stories within you, then it certainly is doing its part, isn't it? And that's what
He likes bedtime stories about 11. He likes 11 bedtime stories, not the number of bedtime stories, but just bedtime stories about the number 11.
About the number 11.
Yeah.
Well, do you mean the race of people, the 11s, or the numerical number? Oh, there's no...
Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah, I really, really, really like this game. I think it's incredibly well thought out. I love all the story elements to it. It's very, very family friendly that anybody can get into it. Once you initially have gone through the rules and you've got the swing of how things are, it does kind of seem like a lot of explaining to start off with, but actually once you're playing it, you realise it's not really. It's very fluid.
Yeah. That book, though, is a cute idea, the little story book.
It's great,
However, it started out real nice, and then it got real unnice real quick.
So there's 5 stories in total. But remember, the story is something that's happening overarching. The actual, the objectives, there's, let me just find out, and then let's just double check. Assignments, there are 11 assignment cards. So, of course, that adds variety.
How many?
To 11. So you got 5 stories with 11. Yeah, funny. With 11 assignments, right, to deal with. The assignments randomize the decks of incidents that happen. So we've got 2 decks here, but there are 5 decks of incident cards. So you can see just how random the experiences can be. So as much as we have a bit of an idea of what's going on, the next time we played, it could be a completely different setup. And the incidents themselves, they're easy, medium, and hard level incidents, which is really cool. But I just want to show you, because again, I just thought this was brilliant. This is the box. Look at the box. Look, it's got little compartments. So there's where you put all the incident cards. Well, this is where you put all your problem cards. And this is where you put
flippin' cute.
All the characters. And this is where all the dice and the tokens go.
Character cards are really pretty.
Right. And the characters, so again, there's a whole range of different characters.
Like those characters are really pretty, and like how it has the little cutouts for the heart to move.
Yep. So we've got Selena. These all have different bonuses and different starting profession dice. So, of course, that's what's important, isn't it, for the tests? So we may or may not have done the right thing. We chose 2 characters that have the same. Both of us were soldiers. Maybe we should have picked a different profession. But I just went for the colours. So, Conrad, Bernice, Ernest, Lars... Tomris? Okay, so again, loads of variety baked into the game. Brilliant stuff. And they just go in there, and I say 5 different sort of scenarios with individual unique components for each scenario. Yep, I think it's great. This is a really, really, really clever game. You could definitely say it's a family game to bring people into board gaming that, like the idea of sort of role-playing and adventure. So there's a little bit of that element to it, but it's not too heavy. That there's much for you to learn and to get bogged down in. So, but you get a good feel of it, I love all the little stories that it generates, and of course you then naturally create your own stories as you play, don't you? As we have just done this evening. So really like it. I
would very much play this again.
Yes. I will. What I will do. Well, it will be difficult for me to sort of. Sometimes we save the game. It will be difficult for me to do this with all the little bits. But next time we played, we'd be a lot faster, wouldn't we? Because we know exactly what we need to do. So. As a starting, we didn't do too bad. We got 1/3 of the way. I think next time round, we'd be a lot quicker. Right, there we go. So, thank you so much, Sarah, for joining this evening. Glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, and I'll be missing next week's game.
Yes, indeed you will. Yep. So I guess yes, we'll see what happens in due course, won't we?
Oh, quick question. Like how the book kept saying that the portal was closing up, does that mean eventually we would lose our portal?
Well, I'm not going to ruin it.
Okay, then here's my question.
There's 2 more cards to the Chronicle.
Right, so I know that the book was telling us, oh, you only get this much out of your portal now. Like, on our own, could we have used a turn to get stuff out of the portal, or does that only happen with the book?
Only happens with the book. Because it's not us that are going through it. It's remember we are rangers, but there's a whole population within the fortress. They're the ones who are going to actually find resources for us. So the Chronicle basically is a way of adding additional bonuses to the game, but also giving us little events to have to deal with, on top of everything else that we're having to deal with.
Right, I was wondering that when we got that portal. I was like, can we use an action and just start pulling stuff out of it, or... But then that would kind of mess the game up if you could just sit there and just pull stuff out.
Yeah. No, it's its own little story, because you'll find out, obviously, what happens with that portal and where it goes, and, sometimes what seems to be good isn't always good. As we are finding out here, we got imps and demons.
Yeah, well, one of them, though, is a pet now, so there's that.
There was a bonus. There was a happy side to this.
And the fact that there's a little girl in the village named Jaspard.
Gaspard?
Yeah, Gaspard.
Yes. She's not going to get mocked at school, is she?
and chat, and you have all learned that I can make creepy baby sounds.
Which was very disturbing. Oh, gosh. Go away. Stop it.
Everyone who doesn't have a baby. What? Where's the baby? Well, thanks for letting me play this. This was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've been looking forward to playing this one because I knew that it was going to be a good game. It's beautiful to look at on the table. And yeah, I just love all the story elements that happen through it. So it's a really, really good game.
Easy, but it's tricky.
Yeah, well, again,
like,
yes.
It's easy to figure out once you get going. You're like, oh, okay, and then so we were able to go. But then when you realize you only have those 2 actions, it really makes it hard.
If you are familiar with the designer, so this is a gentleman called Antoine Bowser. These are the types of games he does, and he does so well. So it's all about cascading problems. You start off, everything's fine, and then you have 1 problem, and then you have 2, and then you have 4, and you're trying to solve all these problems so that it's like get them all complete, and so they don't get any larger, and slowly but surely things get out of hand. And they're brilliant games. This is his design, but then with lots and lots of story element that just adds so much flavor to the experience. So really cool. I really enjoy it.
Well, thank you, sir, for letting me play, and I guess that I will tell everyone bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Okay, and so our thanks to Sarah for joining us on this evening playing Oltree from Studio H. That was really good. We may not have completed our Chronicle, but we've got a good grasp of how the game plays, and we've thoroughly enjoyed the experience. I'll be back on Monday evening with a special painting show. We will be taking a look at a couple of models from a studio that hasn't featured on the channel before. So do join me on Monday night from 7 o'clock for that. But until then, bye for now.